Good evening, everyone. My name is Distinct. I'm your host for the Board Cup with Sabaka today. We're finally starting the actual tournament rounds, the round of 16 here with Tornagh, the winner of Group C, was it?
Let me check right now.
Not that it matters. Versus
Doesn't really
Ozzy,
matter.
the runner-up of the whatever letter was associated. And this should be a pretty good, pretty even match.
Is this the first game of the
Yeah,
elimination?
it's the first real game of the actual tournament bracket.
Okay.
So where people
Yeah, it's
will
groups A
be
and B.
eliminated. It's a best of one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tornagh had a pretty good showing versus, I mean, of course, Alicant forgot basically everything. But Tornagh still had a good showing in terms of assaulting instantly after winning a battle. Meanwhile, Ozzy lost to Eagle. That's why he was the runner-up of his group. So,
Right.
just from that, I would say Tornagh is favored. But, of course, typically where skill comes most into play is once war starts to become messy. Whereas the start is it's like a formula. People know what to do. It's rehearsed, so...
Wait, when did Ozzy lose to Gil?
A week ago or something?
Because they're not in the same group.
What?
It's Caramello, Ozzy, and Philippine. Ozzy just lost to
Oh,
Caramello.
okay, he lost to... Never mind, I'm completely saying nonsense. He lost to Caramello. Yeah. That's right. Actually, so that... Yeah, I think Caramello played better than Eagle did. Versus whoever Eagle played then. Wow, I'm completely blanking on who played against who. Oh.
I don't even see Egil in the... I think Egil's up for somebody.
Yeah, he
I don't remember
took someone's place, effectively.
Alright. Oh no, it's him. He, I think it was Purple Porcupine.
Right. Right, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I would say both of these players are a caliber above right now of these others, but we'll have to see. Like Ozzy's, like both of them so far have had their victories just doing the same tactic, which is be aggressive, take an aggressive battle early on. Everyone commits everything, and then they win that first battle, and they get the assaults, But that's already like better than a lot of other players we've seen who are given a main battle, win the main battle, but don't actually make meaningful progress with that main battle. Alright.
Okay.
Like this. Good. Unfortunately, I have to host this time, so I'll not be able to watch for some time. But I got this.
It looks like I think what's his face? Tornagh was saying in chat. He said something about his generals. I think in chat.
He did.
He has a 5-3, 5-4.
Oh, he said rip. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ozzy's a bit better off. He's got a 5-6, a 5-5.
Yeah.
So.
Well. Yeah. Okay. If your best general is a 5-4, that's pretty bad. But there's still another round of generals incoming. So.
But it's statistically it's going to be a worse round of generals. So.
Yeah, but statistically it's not because he was very unlucky. So.
Yeah. Well, the luck doesn't change.
No, but I mean, like, statistically, you should get a better general than a 5-4.
It's hard to get something worse, yeah.
So, now that's still not reassuring because you really, like, it made such a big difference in terms of general quality when we started always getting the general at the 80 army tradition.
Yeah.
Since we've seen a lot of 6-6 generals straight away. Or 6-5 generals. And later on, it's actually like you don't get much more than 80 army tradition in this war. So quite often, that first round of generals is the best chance you have of getting a good general.
I mean, it depends how long the war goes, but if it is like the one battle is all it takes type of thing we've been saying with a lot of the matches, then it is that is true. But if it's like your games against Crazy Blitz or against Jones, then it is a bit different because you get up to like 90, 95, 99
Yeah.
after a big battle.
I would say that, of course, looking at your generals and how you roll determines how you want to approach the match and if it's going to be a long fight or not. Or
Yeah.
at least if your plan is to have it be a long war or not.
Like it gives you the comfort zone to take a few offensive battles if you
Yeah.
need to, or like use your vanguard more aggressively. Whereas if your highest fire is a 5, then you're kind of just sitting there and hoping for a defensive battle. Usually.
Yeah, I mean, there are very rare exceptions where you have better 3rd and 4th general than your opponent, and you might take a lot of battles at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, Tornagh actually recruiting men, like, let's see, just regular infantry instead of starting with his cannons.
Now his cannons are up in the northwest, so.
Okay, yeah, I see him going up. Ozzy not recruiting his cannons yet. He already started with the mercs, so that's well, I mean, some time have passed already, but he might not have. He slackened this manpower, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's all a question whether he did it efficiently or not, but it looks like he did from 227 manpower. This seems right.
Oh, Ledger's on, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to put them as my
think
rivals.
He did do it correctly, I think.
Amsterdam, Berlin, Agnes. Alright, perfect. Radios. Well, I noted my mistakes yesterday. I made a lot of them. But I mean, I have some decent advice on like if people are gonna play Berlin. Like one of the things that it was very clear to me last time playing it is the AI quote marks, like the pathing always wants to go through Brunswick, and Brunswick is often occupied or can be cut off. So it's very important to always be shift clicking towards Magdeburg and then to Lunenburg, because typically you want to move from Lunenburg to Thuringen, but he always wants to pass through Brunswick, or even like Leipzig to Lunenburg always wants to pass through Brunswick.
I had this thing, I just played Ozzy, and I had a fort on Magdeburg. I think it was Magdeburg.
He's supposed to be there, I think, at least, yeah.
And he was sieging that fort, and I had merc stacks reinforcing, or like starting up, and a bunch of the 1 stacks were in Hanover and Hoya, because that was unsieged, and so they just ran right through Brunswick, through Magdeburg, and all the 1 stacks gave him siege progress. So
yeah,
it felt kind of bad. The pathing is really weird.
The pathing is terrible for Berlin. It's a big disadvantage that I've noticed. But yeah, that's not the only mistakes I made. But I mean, you were like a impartial observer. What did you think of the war?
There were some mistakes on both sides. I think you guys were uber aggressive compared to a lot of the other players, and I think that lends itself more to making some mistakes. But if you're both making those mistakes, then it's not as bad. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I think the game fucked you a bit on the.
That bug was pretty nasty. I mean, okay, to be fair, like I probably lost the war, but that was definitely the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it didn't help. It didn't help anything.
Mostly, like, yeah, it was the disciplined visor during that fight, but I also noticed later on, like, that I had like 1 or 2 reinforcement stacks, just stragglers left behind doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's because I thought I had windowed and sent everything, but clearly not. And because I had little 1k merc stacks just running everywhere.
The thing with the disciplined advisor is though, like everybody tries to micro the manpower advisor in to get like the greed. I've yet to see somebody do it perfectly, and I think if you can't do it perfectly, you shouldn't be doing it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, but you gotta train that. It's muscle memory, like.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it does make a difference. Like whenever, at least when you manpower slack, you slack in manpower, it's like 10k difference.
That's the main. That's when you should always have the manpower advisor whenever you're slackening. But other than that, it's kind of. It's a huge risk to
Well, I need like
even for 1 or 2 fire phases.
I need
miss
like a
disc.
pinching thing or something to make sure that I re-put the advisor after.
Yeah.
But it's true though, like every time everyone has tried this tactic, we've always seen battles where they don't have it. And so all this manpower is already lost, but more importantly, you're losing the battle.
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at forts. A fort in Prague.
Wait a minute, is Tornagh?
Fort here, fort there, yeah. So people are just taking over my fort setup mostly. Except that there's no fort in Stade, huh? But there's a fort in Bremen instead. I don't know about that.
Do you even need a fort in Stade?
I prefer the fort in Stade, yeah.
If you have one in the Martian, doesn't like.
Well, it
I
just
don't know.
protects a bit of these like Hanover, Horia, and Bremen provinces, so they don't fall to if they're occupied, they get deoccupied.
Right.
And yeah, like you have effectively you have 2 forts that are not strictly necessary as Berlin, because they're never being taken. So you can put them wherever you want. So I was actually thinking, I put last time I put one in Berlin, and I was thinking, what about if I just put them like in well, I can't put it there, but wait, now I'm actually.
I don't know. If you put it in Berlin, it just seems like a waste because half the time, if they're already on sieging Berlin, it's like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
99%
It's standing on
Berlin.
Berlin. It's a waste.
Yeah.
But the question is, where do you put it? Because you put it in Lonneburg, you put it in Magdeburg, you put it in Föhringen.
You probably stack.
You put it in Dresden, in Prague, and in Oberstwald. Those are all obligatory. Then you probably want one up north. And then the question is, where exactly do you stack? Like, as one of them needs to be next to the other. But where is
Yeah.
the best?
You might stack in.
Because every fort is like an invitation. Is one province less where you can put a reinforcement stack?
Wismar, maybe?
Wismar.
I don't know.
It's difficult, right? You have really no good extra fort placements. Maybe
Meanwhile,
you just
Amsterdam
put it
actually-
like on Hamburg or something.
Yeah, maybe. Because if you have Stade, they can already walk to, but then they can walk to Hamburg. I don't know. It's such a weird.
Yeah. I guess you could
Amsterdam has
remove
kind of an
both
easier-
Stade and not have anything on Hamburg. Okay, both have exact same date on the nobility. Perfect stuff. You could just do a like.
Ozzy is ready to go right now.
I guess you could go Eager maybe. Eager behind Oberstwald. Have an extra protection there.
Instead of Vogtland or with Vogtland.
Well, no, because Föhringen is where you want your Berlin fort. Oh shit!
Yeah.
One of my guys got detected. Well, that's too bad. But.
Oh, what was he? Oh, these Mercs? Yeah, it is Mercs. Okay.
Alright, let's see. 351 versus 355. So it looks like Tornagh did the first develop, then only. Yeah, he's been developing also more efficiently. So I think he took the icon for it. So it looked like Tornagh did his homework and has basically perfected the setup.
Let's actually look. Where's the Metropolitan map mode? Oh yeah, he has 4 taken, so.
Okay. Meanwhile, 4 cannon stacks, 4 cannon stacks.
He actually has 6 taken.
Wait, yes, Amsterdam has much more infantry though than Berlin. Even though they have same manpower. Close to same manpower. So maybe he actually forgot to re-put his manpower icon, or didn't put the No, he did
I mean,
consecrate
he has some now.
metropolitans.
He consecrated 6 metropolitans. So
Yeah. I see him having the local manpower modifier everywhere. And he did have nobility since it triggered at the same time. So maybe it's the advisor question?
He's on manpower.
Alright.
For a decent amount of time, though, he didn't have the correct advisors because he is Berlin, but that's...
Oh, okay, he was just recruiting.
Yeah.
Alright, that makes
He's
sense.
at 1280 now.
Yeah, so everything is about similar.
Yeah.
Except that there's a bit more manpower on Ozzy's side.
Ozzy has about 20,000 more.
Yeah. I'm not sure why that is, but...
Ozzy's still drilling.
Maybe it's because they... He just spread out his troops faster, maybe, and there were like a couple of attrition ticks or something.
Maybe. He also had the manpower.
Okay, so there's 420k stacks. So the classic for Ozzy. He's still drilling though. Okay, he just stopped a bit too late.
Tornagh has some weird Vanguard stacks. He's got 90k mercs.
90k.
Yeah, so
much,
he has no free merc stack. He just has all of his mercs on his Vanguards.
Yeah. And now in Berlin, yeah, he told me about this. He actually said that this is like, I told him like before he had 100, he had 140. And I was like, well that, well, and he had 3 of 100 and then like 1 of 75. Wait, no, what am I saying? No, 275 and 2 200s. Because he wanted he said, yeah, I like to be aggressive, so I'd like to have a lot. Is he still not war declared? Okay, no, there he goes.
No, war declared. Nassau,
yeah. And a big difference.
Tornagh already getting in position.
Maybe one of the things I should do is increase, okay, yeah, Tornagh in position, so that's good. It's gonna instantly take some of the provinces. I was thinking one of the other things I can change about the setup is make sure that both start with like 10 power projection from whatever source, so that they both get at least extra military point generation from the power projection.
So Ozzy has a lot more spy network because he set up his merchant in the home node. He already infiltrated, and Berlin is like 6.
Oh wow!
So it is a pretty big deal to set up that merchant.
Yeah, the hostile trading, dear gods. So see, there are still things to min-max about the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty easy thing. You just spend 10 days on it.
Yeah, maybe you can even like swap your trade capital to like Hesse or to like Munster, so that you can get the what's it called? The siege ability. Well, no, that's like really legit though.
Yeah.
Because it gives you like what 10% siege ability or something. Anyway, big vanguard.
Yeah, 10%. And artillery bonus versus fort +1.
6-2, 5-5, 6-3 versus 6-5, 5-6, 5-6, 5-6. So slight advantage for Eagle. Jeez. Or Ozzy.
Tornagh has 3-6 fire and Ozzy has 1-6 fire. He has a 6-5.
Yeah, he has a 6. So. And the other 5-6 is also command. It's not.
He's got 3.
Like 5-6 compared to 6-2. It's probably better to have the 5-6. Yeah. But
who has the maneuver? Who has the maneuver pips?
4, pretty bad. Like
4, 5, 5, 3, 5,
5
4,
in
6,
the bottom. 4. So Ozzy just comfortably, or Tornagh comfortably occupying 3 provinces. Where's his 4th cannon stack? In Hesse or Nassau?
Mine's Nassau, Westfalen, and Paderborn.
Yeah. But they're just both a bit scared now. So they're already like a massive difference to how they typically play, which is just to charge in and see how that first battle goes.
I don't think Ozzy's scared. I think he's waiting for the mill power because he gets it in a month. So he might be waiting for more generals and more manpower.
Yeah. Though, since he could look at his enemy and at least see that he has a slight advantage in terms of generals.
Yeah,
so.
he's taking his generals now. He has the 6. Yeah, he got a 6-6. So this is 6. He's got 6-5, 6-6, 6-4, and then 5 6s.
Right,
Yeah,
Amsterdam not yet slackened. He's gonna slacken.
He just got his manpower, or he's on his manpower advisor. Nobody has policies, right? Oh, no, that's...
Tornagh does have.
No. Tornagh has all 5. Okay.
Yeah,
Ozzy's being a bit greedy. Which
yeah,
is okay
but Tornagh does not identify, like he should check
Yeah.
that. Like one of the first things you want to check is how many policies your opponent has. Also doing the
Tornagh's
right
up on a
thing, at
4.
least putting the moral one in case there's a fight. So not the ultimate greed.
Yeah.
But every month it's 3 military points lost for Aussies, or for Tornagh, so this is a big problem. He's advancing 1 in Koblenz. Instantly retreats though, why?
I think he's trying to get him to turn on his policies, but this isn't the way you do that. You just...
No, you
put
just
somebody
take
on
a fight
Heidelberg.
into Aachen, like, you just go for it, and whatever, and...
Yeah.
Okay, there's a 6-6 now on Aachen, so... But okay, so you go to Baden instead. Well, you can't, because it's blocked by the fort. You know, it's not a bad idea. Like, these 1k pickoffs are 1k manpower loss, so that's like 2k manpower that he took.
If you know it's manpower, and I think he does, then you
Yeah.
just go for it. Like, it's...
Well, you should know the timing, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually he didn't... Well, yeah, you know your opponent has full mercs, but he's not checking the estate stuff, so...
He needs to sit on Heidelberg and just
Heidelberg.
wait for
Yeah,
Ozzy
just
to
the fort, you mean. Yeah, force the opponent to engage.
either engage or turn on policies, and as soon as he turns on policies, just
Yeah,
go
but
back.
you could also
You don't
just
wanna
go
fight.
on Meppen and take the... Okay, now the 6-6 is on Meppen instead. Alright, Ozzy
Well, you
trying
can't
to
walk
make
to
a
Meppen,
move though.
right? Like, you can't walk to Meppen, so it's... Like, you can't walk to any of Ozzy's armies. Okay, Ozzy has turned on his policies.
Right, Meppen, yeah.
He's not put on his discipline.
That's really interesting that he decides to make a move, because he should look at that he has a military generation benefit or
Yeah,
advantage. But maybe he's looked at the generals. He's like, okay, I have a general advantage. With the 6-6, I definitely do have a general advantage. Okay, they're trying to do footsies. It's cute. I like it. What's it called? Tornagh, did he slacken? Yeah, he's just slackening right now.
Just slackened, yeah.
Did he get a better general?
6-5, 6-6, 6-3, 6-4. So 5-6.
So they both have a 6-6.
Both of us 6-6.
Oh,
Wait, no.
Westfalen
sorry,
without a general.
Sorry, that was Ozzy. Tornagh has 6-5, 5-5, 6-3, 6-3, 6-2. So Tornagh is a bit...
Yeah,
by a bit,
a
I
bit
mean
behind,
pretty
but
far
not
behind.
not too much. His generals are still okay. Look, I really like so far, just the footsies and trying to bait the other of coming. They've both been really reactive, like quick on the reactions in terms of the maneuvering, trying to force your opponent to arrive 1 day sooner. Also a good move here by Ozzy to advance a little bit. Oh, Hoopson arrived there first, yeah. Now, to be honest, this Onsebrook stack, like, Ozzy retreats this position, but he really shouldn't, because it's like, how are you reinforcing Onsebrook?
Yeah, that especially if he sees his
one of the
at the bottom. Yeah,
one of the problem with the footsies is you often get one of your commandos sort of behind enemy lines, and so you're always losing that battle. But then I guess, like, it's no big deal. You just lose a battle, you lose a couple of mercy retreats, you lose 0.5 to 1 war score, so it's not a disaster at all. But so far, pretty good performance from both. Let's look at the manpower.
He's trying to regroup with his bottom.
They both have basically the same amounts of everything. Slightly more.
Ozzy's about 44 mil points ahead.
Yeah. Okay, some more maneuvering. And it's very interesting that Ozzy goes north when the when the war goal is south, or is Nassau.
The thing is,
okay. Actually, there's a fight here. Slaying Beast as a general, 6-6 versus 6-5. So, and attacking by Tornagh. So this is
neither have discipline advisor.
Neither have discipline advisor. Yeah, that's gonna be the meme of the. Okay, someone activated it. Ozzy activated it. He's definitely favored, right? Because he's taken defensive fight. He has a better general.
Yeah.
And he has the discipline advisor. This other fight is -1, and it's 5-5 versus
Ozzy has lost
6-5.
his first battle probably. The thing is.
Wait, really?
No. Tornagh has put a lot of. He put a lot of reinforcements there all at once. So it's a bit...
Okay, Ozzy's -1 now in this first fight, but this other fight
I
is.
think he switched generals. Oh,
Who's
he got another
arriving
defensive
first
fight,
here?
Westfallen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's -1 too.
Thing is, Ozzy's probably still favored in all of these.
It's
'Cause
still
Tornagh
no
threw all
discipline
his
advisor,
reinforcements.
huh? So regardless of what happens, it's going to be a lot more casualties for
Yeah, Tornagh.
Tornagh. So yeah, I think Ozzy is going to win, unless somehow this like line breaks up north. But Ozzy doing a really good job reinforcing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he lost that south fight, so that's extremely bad.
That's pretty
And he's getting infantry because like whenever you lose a battle, you give a lot of momentum in terms of 80k manpower loss. That is such a disaster.
He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose all these battles.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, as soon as you lose one of the engagement or one of the battles, you lose the engagement because you get a moral boost to one of your other stacks. But getting manpower, that's really massive.
Yeah.
And all that happened despite like Aussie taking defensive fights, despite having -1s, and despite the what's it called, the discipline advisor. It's really surprising. But now Tornagh might try to assault, which is a mistake because Ozzy does have this one stack ready.
Ozzy's got a fresh stack right there.
He needs to react quickly though.
No, yeah. Did he waste 50 mil power on it though? That's one of my questions.
No,
I don't think
would hope not, but... Alright, let's see the amount of troops everyone has. It looks similar, right? Berlin needs to recruit the mercs though, so he is actually gonna have more. Yeah, because there was the 80k wipe. That was a very massive difference. In terms of artillery, Ozzy already taking some attrition on his art, but so is Berlin because he's out of manpower. He's gonna take attrition soon. That northern stack is actually 80 cannons in Onsebrook. He's the divider.
Yeah, that's... Where's his last cannon stack though?
Oh no.
His last cannon stack is attack.
Hesse is going to Westfalen. Could get wiped.
Yeah.
0-0 though, so okay.
And he doesn't have the...
And 9-1, yeah, he's not gonna get wiped. But he should just retreat out. Oh no, he's reinforcing with second cannon stack.
6-5 against 6-4. I don't know.
And Tornagh still without the discipline advisor.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to just retreat out.
And he's stacking a lot of troops together and losing a lot of manpower for this. Ozzy's not really doing that. Ozzy's, I think, just... Oh, he's taking a second battle in Nassau for some reason.
For some reason being the correct sentence, because he has a way worse general there.
And Ozzy's going for the Hessen cutoff. That's really smart.
Yeah. This one of the
problems
of fighting here. Oh, I can infiltrate on the
other you got him. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's getting a lot of wipes here.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big turning point.
He can go for Kessel too.
But he really needs to make sure he rises to Westfalen now.
He will.
Yes, okay. Actually, his backline broke a little bit. 2 of the cannons.
I mean, he should be...
Well, even more.
No,
He's actually going to lose that battle.
He should have split off his mercs.
Okay, he's sending the other main stack in, which is very important.
Okay.
But still, it's going to take a long time for his cannons to arrive on the backline again. Okay, well, no, it's already happened. Wow, that was quick.
The thing is, he got greedy and went for Thuringen, which I think might be the right play, but he maybe should have split off his mercs and sent them earlier into the Westfalen.
Actually, really good play by Aussie, yeah, overall.
Yeah. Is he gonna go for another one?
Yeah, I mean, that assault was pretty smooth, and all of the other stacks are occupied, so there's really no reason not to. In fact, there's outstanding play by Aussie so far. Even this split here looks pretty convenient, looks pretty decent considering he did the assault. But now he really needs to get that second assault in if he's going to go for this.
No, he's not going to go. He can't. He has to see the 134 stack.
I mean, that one assault is already good enough.
Yeah, he should just
Like him
kind of be
being
happy with it.
non-greedy, making sure that these 40k cannon stacks on the front with nothing else. Alright, well, they're both mass recruiting. Both seem to have recruited the mercs fairly efficiently. Berlin with
Oh,
a
he went for the.
slight-
No, he didn't barrage. Okay, he's got a wall breach. That's pretty big.
Okay, looks like he might still try an assault. He's going
Yeah,
now.
he is.
But
Yeah.
the other guy is on the next province, does not reacting. He's getting super good dices on this assault, and he's gonna take it. Yeah, Tornagh could have reacted there. Now it's
And
gonna
Ozzy
be
still has pretty
very,
good,
very hard. Okay, Tornagh's just
Ooh.
going, but he needs to at least wait until it gets the... Let's see if he now has the discipline advisor. Ugh, -1.
still not.
No discipline. But it looks like Ozzy is not gonna arrive on time. So,
Yeah.
or will he?
No, he won't. There's no way. But he is gonna attack again, I think.
Yeah, it's okay. Tornagh really needs to very quickly assault.
I think he might wait for his.
Oh, come on, assault! What the hell?
Oh yeah.
Oof, he put in everything.
Ozzy
That
maybe
probably...
should have gone for it.
Whoa, the reinforcement stack, what is he doing? Now it's too late because this other supermassive stack. In Vochtland there's nothing. Like Ozzy can attack into Vochtland if... If I was Ozzy here, I would have baited in Bamberg. I would return with the other stack in Bamberg and then send Furringen into Vochtland. You had so many reinforcement stacks. The Sentinel was not in position, which is the other one. He only has 2 cannon stacks, or he's acting like he has more. He has 3 working cannon stacks and a bit more, but he's doing
It's just
it.
that the cannons are separated. Now he's putting them together.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
fine.
at least he managed to retake that fort. So actually, no, he did re-assault. I was gonna say he won on terms of. All right. But already Amsterdam with a sizable quantity lead, which is just gonna keep going up because of the fort advantage. Okay, well, I'm quite impressed by Ozzy. Doing so much better than before, and Tornagh like not doing horrible. Of course, the mistake of not having a discipline advisor. Yeah, like it's even though whenever I play in the regular MP campaigns, I never look at the battles because I just have like I just play on
Yeah, it's
instinct
like
and what I need to do. In this matchup, you do need to look at, make sure that you have the correct general in every battle, make sure that you're not randomly don't have cannons on your back line, make sure that you have the discipline advisor.
I'm not a fan of looking at battles because it's only to check up, right? Like it's for nothing else. If you're looking at rolls, I think
You're wasting time. Effectively,
not looking at it correctly. Like there's nothing you can do about the rolls, so it's just.
But here you need to at least make sure that you're.
Oh, he's going for the wipes.
Westphalian guy.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, going
he's
for
going.
the assault. I don't actually like this
That's
because
bad.
you get the assault, but then you're always
Like he still
relosing
could
it.
have walked to Hessen or to Westphalen.
Yeah,
and
he's
gone to
actually
Mass out of the
assaulting,
wipes.
but he's got such a terrible assault. Oh my god, look at that. He did like 300k damage on the first ones.
There's no reason for this, because then Ozzy just comes and
Yeah, this
wins
is the
the battle
problem.
and then-
Ozzy just always wins the battle. He might even get a wipe.
yeah, he
Very likely.
depending on the fire roll. No. Oh
No, it's gonna be a... Oh, wow.
no. If it was a better than a 3, then he would have gotten it. But...
Yeah.
And Ozzy might not want to waste milk points on
No,
this.
I would not assault.
No, because he's 60 milk points up, I think, or 55.
Because he has a big advantage on terms of his...
Okay, yeah, and Tornagh.
Now, on the other hand, if you don't re-assault, you can force you can at least try to force your opponent to get the assault by repressuring it. So okay.
Yeah, okay, he assaulted, yeah.
That was a good move. Though he's
And he's getting
okay.
the... Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
nice. So he salvaged at least the this thing that didn't go too well.
Okay, now they're completely even on milk points.
Yeah,
And no
but
point
there's a
generation.
massive difference in terms of manpower region and
Yeah.
and troops. Total
And troop
troops.
count in general.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but that's what happened. Oh no, what's this 51k? That's a wipe.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
That's several. Oh no, I thought the other stack was also going in. That's horrible.
51k from happens, but that.
630. Tornagh has 635.
Oh boy,
He's
there's
gonna
like
build a-
200k difference. Like,
Yeah,
but how
that's.
much score does he have now? He still doesn't have enough to tick. Like, I think if you just saw that happen, does he have vision of the other guy?
Yeah, he does.
Anyway, just
He
a
should be going
ledger,
on.
so I mean, but maybe they don't know it's open. You're 200k ahead.
Honestly,
So you clearly push. I think as soon as you see you get one stack of manpower like this, a free stack of manpower, you should always be in
you
goal.
honestly you take the battle in Leipzig, and you.
Leipzig, is that the best one? Yeah, no river, so yeah. You put your 6/6 in. It's even a master of arms.
Yeah, like that's. You take that. What is he doing?
Okay,
with
but
his
he's recruiting a
6/6?
bit more mercs. Looks like he's gonna try and go for that. Yeah, he really needs to make sure that he goes with the best general. Also splitting his cannons. Remade 3 cannon stacks.
Does he only have
Tornagh?
3 cannon stacks?
Tornagh, I mean. Okay.
Oh, yes, one.
Amsterdam, still 4 cannon stacks, right? But he actually has 39, and 40 on his cannon stacks. So that's something he needs to address. Completely out of manpower.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be ticking. He has such a good advantage. He has like 200k more men. Like at this point, just to ensure the victory, I would probably exploit a bit of manpower to push further.
Or wait the 6 months.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to wait 6 months. I think you want to take a fight right now.
He's got the land force limit advisor, and it's only on +3.
It's not taking Frankfurt. Good.
Yeah, Frankfurt. It's been free for so long. He hasn't moved a single.
And either way, it would be closer to his border, so it would be better.
Yeah. I don't know.
In fact, why doesn't he go into Brunswick and Thuringen, then he just has a strictly better position? And he can advance with all of his troops. So it looks like Tornagh is a bit lost about what to do. He realizes that he's in a bad spot, and it's understandable. He tried to go for Munster, that was definitely not the option. But if he's just counting, he knows that he can't win the battle. And at the same time, he's just bleeding out, so it's a frustrating position. What you really need to do, the one thing that he does have going for him is that he has only 3 cannon stacks, so the attrition he's taking on his cannons is less than Ozzy's.
Yeah. Ozzy finally sieging Frankfurt.
In fact, given the attrition, like given that there's 420k stacks versus 3 basically like 360k stacks, it's not impossible that Tornagh is actually regenerating more manpower. And it also depends on who's running what advisor.
Tornagh is actually regenerating his manpower. I mean, they're both running national manpower, but
yeah.
Tornagh is regenerating slowly, I think. As Ozzy is just sitting at 0. Check at month tick. But it is
Yeah. Tornagh is very slowly regenerating.
They're both gonna slack in the same month. Ozzy is 10 power projection ahead. That is actually.
Yep, that's a war deck. Huh?
Yeah. Well, did.
Yeah, I'm getting pirated here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Ozzy, come on. You really should at least advance. Or send like okay, he's taking Frankfurt, that's good. But you should take Brunswick, stand in Thuringen. And like send 1k to Oldenburg and Hoya, 1 merc. Make that happen. Considering he has 4 cannon stacks and he has such a big advantage, he could take a fight, like not only win the fight, but he can assault in the meanwhile up north.
Hiring generals. He got another 6/6.
Oof.
6/5. 6/5. Tornagh with 1 6/6 now, and a 6/5. So
Okay, that's good.
6-6-4-2. And a 6-5-5-1. So
Alright,
good
well, both
maneuver
are
on
gonna
both.
slack and both are gonna recruit all the manpower. Now it's Berlin.
Ozzy already has. I think he's gonna be 925, and Tornagh is still at 635. Hasn't recruited any.
Yeah, 120k in the bank for Tornagh. Alright, both just sitting there, doing nothing.
Well, the thing is, Ozzy's recruiting, right? Tornagh is literally doing nothing.
Okay, yeah, there he goes. Yeah, but is he gonna do something after?
Well, he has vision, right? And Tornagh does as well. Like if he sees this advantage, he should go instantly.
Yeah, this is very weird to me, like, when there's just a lull in the action and basically no one does nothing and you're just looking at it. I mean, maybe they're developing or something, that does happen, so...
Ozzy developed a little bit ago, but
They,
he
like...
hasn't seen that his cannon stacks are missing 3 cannons total.
Yeah, he didn't recruit any more cannons, huh? Okay, there goes Ozzy.
Oh no, he has cannons.
There he goes, 3 more cannons, exactly the numbers he needs. Takes 2 more provinces, is good.
And he's moved them to Munster Brunswick, okay. That's not bad. The question is, can
this is also one
Berlin
of the problems.
Can Berlin walk to Kessel?
Walk to Kessel?
Yeah. How does that work?
Well, yes, I mean, wait.
Can you walk to Kessel from
Thuringia? You can
Thuringia?
go like Hanover, Brunswick, Kessel, yeah?
Okay.
Or Magdeburg, Brunswick, Kessel? I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's bad for
What happened?
Tornagh. He attacked into Regensburg.
-1, yeah. Okay, meanwhile the other guy going on to Oberstwald, which is a fort though.
Yeah, that's...
Tornagh trying to reinforce, should just retreat.
Tornagh is attacking now into
Oh
Oberstwald.
boy,
So...
does he have a cannon there? Yeah. Well, that is a defensive fight, so it's much better. You should not reinforce the other one, that's just a waste. Even reinforces onto cannons that retreat.
Neither of
He keeps reinforcing, why?
And he's attacking again.
Instead of reinforcing this super, or not super good, but at least, you know, half decent battle.
Oh, that is
and
horrible for
And still
Tornagh.
no discipline advisor on anyone.
This was kind of just a crapshoot at the end here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a...
That 8-0 dice, unfortunate. But yeah, this Oberstwald's cannon line completely broken. Oh well,
yeah,
Tornagh.
that's okay.
Yeah, I probably loses from that position.
Yeah, last sequence was pretty bad.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's go to the guys.
OzzyK.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
You had the generals at the end though, right? Like you got a 6-6.
No, I didn't have the generals because he still had fucking 2-6-6 and 2-6-5, and I had only 1-6.
Ozzy's a lucky cunt. That's
No, like I got these generals on the second roll, so like in the beginning I had shit.
Yeah, but I also had shit on the second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your generals were better at the beginning, and they had more through.
I felt I had to push in because I can't just fucking hold Nassau ever without getting Munster fort, and then it all went to shit.
Yeah, but actually it's an interesting thing where you're actually regioning more manpower than he is, because you have less cannon stacks and less big cannon stacks.
Yeah, but I don't think I was regening more at the end because he was occupying a lot of...
You know, you were regioning like 1k a month, whereas Ozzy was losing like 500 a month. So
Yeah,
every month was, but I mean, it's not ever going to like come back from the 200k deficit. But because you had so many troops less, you just cannot take a fight. It's just impossible.
Going for Regensburg was kind of just a nail in the coffin because Ozzy had a 5-maneuver general. He got there first.
Yeah, but I wasn't going for it. Like I clicked on it when he was still walking. I checked out the speed. I saw he was still there, so I tried to cancel it, but because of the input lag, it just went in anyway.
Well, those two provinces are like pretty close, and yet force march on, so it is like a split-second thing that you have to see.
Yeah, mostly it was a mistake just to reinforce. Like, You could just retreat out of that battle. Nothing bad
But-
happens out of it, and then you take the fight with Ober's fall, so that's your best shot.
Yeah, because I'm just looking for a defensive fight.
Yep.
Just trying to make that happen.
Meanwhile, Ozzy, you played really well. There's pretty much nothing to say.
Thank you. It was a bit messy at times, but okay.
No, it was just really good. Everything was fine. Good as
My
soul.
only issue was the first sequence there, where well, Tornagh didn't have his discipline advisor on, I think, at any point in the war.
Like now I don't have it because I
Yeah.
just backhand, but like I had it at the beginning. And by
No,
now
you didn't.
No, you
I
didn't.
don't have them for these battles either. Actually, this is
No,
why
yeah.
I forgot it.
You guys.
Neither of you had them on for the first main battle, where you had 3 battles going on. up
No,
in
I
the
swapped
northwest.
into discipline.
Yeah, he swapped
did- you
into
did- you did
very
them
late
late,
though.
yeah. But you should have won all 3 of those battles, to be honest, Ozzy. That was kind of a...
Yeah,
I don't know
think
how
the
you
reinforcement
lost.
was like a bit later, but maybe it was like Dices. Who knows? Like, yeah, both Sabraka and me fell just because the general difference and also the Tornagh attacked you, so you had defensive fights, and there was a discipline advisor difference. So we were really like, okay, this is just gonna be an instant win.
Yeah, even
for
I thought I
Ozzy.
was gonna win that, but then fucking I didn't. So
Yeah.
But it was a really nice recovery, though. Like, consolidating everything and getting back in the fight. And...
No, but I think it like because it's hard. You had like what 3 or 4 fights going on, so it's hard to reinforce all of those. So I was like fairly impressed in terms of you did everything right. Setup was good. Reinforcing many fights at the same time, which is not something that's easy. Your troops were in
Yeah.
good position. Your logistics were good, and you assaulted after winning. Like after everything was happening. You even assaulted during the fight because you were 100% confident that you were going to win. So.
Yep.
So all that worked out. The only thing, like, you could have actually assaulted Vochtland instantly as well. But-
yeah, I was going to do that, but
But
like,
it was not necessary, though. So it's like acceptable that you don't take that risk.
The only other thing that you should have noticed was when you had a 200k advantage, right? Then you were you did have some cannons missing, but at that point you probably should have exploited Dev for the manpower to reinforce those cannons.
I haven't thought about that to exploit Dev for in case I know.
Yeah, so the idea is there's like 2 moments where you want to exploit Dev. The one that's most obvious is you're losing, and you just need to do it because you're never winning if you don't do it right now. So Tornagh could have exploited Dev right here because there's no other choice.
Yeah, if you see like, okay, I need a couple more stacks to have a chance to win this,
Yeah.
or if I don't, I lose.
That's the first scenario. But the second scenario is I'm in a very comfortable position. I can push right now. I just am missing a couple of cannons to have a nice push, so I just exploit a little bit, get those cannons up and running, and I can keep going, because else you have to hold your push, and a lot can happen during that time. The Tornagh wasn't really like maneuvering around to try and have you make mistakes, but it could have happened. Maybe you can make mistakes. Maybe you're busy doing random, like I was doing in the 15-year war. Like you, at some point you're distracted and disaster strikes. But
You only need to debase a couple of times because they give you a couple of 1,000. So
yeah. Right, and then Tornagh, at some point you decided to try and assault Munster, and both Sagarka and me were like, that's not a smart decision, because even though you get the assault, how are you ever holding that position?
I mean, my logic was I have no way whatsoever of breaking his position around Nassau. My impression was that because he holds that part of my country, I'm just gonna lose. So I wanted to attack Munster, so he has to pull cannon stacks away, and I can try to go in and then, stack wipe some of his reinforcements or something to come back. But the problem I realized is that because of the ring, and I couldn't attack his reinforcements anyway.
Yeah.
So this was pretty pointless, yeah.
My issue with that was that there was potential there for a few stack wipes on just 40 stacks of infantry that were laid out there in Westphal and Hessen.
yeah, but he had 3
no.
cannon stacks, my 4.
Like I couldn't move them because
No,
the ring
like
gun
he's kind of,
the ring gun was blocking everything.
yeah.
No, I know, but then you just get attacked, and if you stack wipe 140 stack and then lose mercs in the battle and retreat, then it is a like it is a net gain, right? Because you are down 200,000 troops.
Yeah,
If you want to
but
make something happen, it's a better idea than going for Munster.
Yeah, but could I move to Hessen? I don't think I could because
I
of
think
Munster
mostly what
Thuringen.
you want to do is
I couldn't.
not even try anything fancy. Is not assault, because assaulting has a cost of 50 military points.
Yeah.
You just want to put your cannon stack there, because that forces opponent to move. And it doesn't force him, like, not only does it force him to move the one of his cannon stacks, but it also forces him to move his manpower stacks. Right, because his mercs are going to be on the main front, so he's always going to move with manpower stacks up north, and he might even engage your mercs with his manpower. So you don't need to try an assault. You just stand there. You go up north with your cannon stacks. You try and bait a fight or not bait a fight. You try to bait movement. He takes attrition by just moving his manpower and clumping them together. And maybe he's not paying attention, and you can do a move up south or not, but I think that's like when you're trying to distract your opponent, you don't necessarily want to assault. You only assault when you can get something out of it, when you can defend your assault, which means that you can reinforce the assaulting stack. Because otherwise,
And the worst
you're
case scenario
wasting...
is
Yeah, go ahead.
you move on to Munster. The worst case scenario is you move on to Munster and you get the assault, or no, you don't even get the assault. As you're assaulting, Ozzy comes for a battle.
Yeah.
You don't even get the assault, and you lose the 50 mil power, and you possibly get a stack wipe.
Yeah.
That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is you siege Munster for a month, and then Ozzy just gets it back after he wins the battle because you can't reinforce it.
Yeah.
So there isn't much gain, and there is a huge potential for loss. So it's
Yeah.
By the way, the other reason I kind of wanted Munster was that it was blocking my movement to all his reinforcements.
Oh yeah, Master blocks basically everything.
Because he was also owning Thuringen. So I couldn't move to like Nassau and Hessen and shit.
Mm.
So I figured, okay, I absolutely need that. Otherwise I can't do anything.
God, Amsterdam is so fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's not an instant win, but it is much. It simplifies a lot of the things, right?
Yeah. I'm also a lot more comfortable with it compared to Berlin, though. There is that.
Yeah, it's true. You were complaining about that.
Yeah, like first time ever playing Berlin is in a match against like a decent player.
Yeah, maybe I should try and play this Amsterdam once in a while.
Tell me about it,
See how
Ozzy.
it works.
This isn't the first time you're playing Berlin, right?
It's not the first time I played Berlin, but it's the first time I play it versus like a good player. in
Yeah.
this tournament.
But it's
Like,
true
I
though,
played
like
once
our,
versus-
our win rate in terms of Amsterdam versus Berlin is pretty terrible. Or pretty great for Amsterdam, so
Yeah.
That's
I don't
why
know.
I also wanted Amsterdam.
yeah. Yeah, so
Like, the
yeah,
main
what's
issue
not...
I think is that Amsterdam can defend really well, and then if it manages to land the declaration on Nassau, then it's just so difficult to defend that.
Honestly, I think you should just find a better solution for instead of having Amsterdam versus Berlin in this setup. You should just find something that's more equal. Where
No, I think it would be more equal if the Hessen state was owned by Amsterdam. Then
Yeah.
Berlin got something on the other side, or something like that, because then it would be much more difficult to have like such a.
That's true.
difficult to
We just
defend
switched
place.
that thing and we removed
like
like...
give Silesia to Berlin and like
we
throw
removed
Bergen
Switzerland and we switched the thing and then Silesia, yeah, to Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I
That
think
could be, but-
then it would be a lot more equal. Actually, then Berlin might suddenly become good because then having higher tag.
Yeah, the higher. See, that's the thing. Like, whenever I was thinking, like, how do I make a Chinese map? And I was thinking, well, I need to make one tag that's superior to the other, so automatically I need to give some kind of disadvantage to that tag.
We should really do something about that mechanic.
But I like in the we were supposed to do. We were supposed to, regardless, make a different map for like north versus south. I think I'll just do that. I can also get rid of Denmark because Denmark is also like a bit of a weird thing.
It's never used. Like it's only used for death immersion
Yeah.
for it, and that's.
I
Some
mean,
Denmark.
I think it would still be interesting if you guys want to use this map in the future to just try out the Hessen state going to Amsterdam, and see how the win rate goes, because it might go into Berlin's favor, but you know, not as much as the whole thing is Amsterdam favored now.
Yeah.
Because really the problem with Nassau is that as soon as Amsterdam manages to get Thuringen, it's game over. While if like Berlin gets Munster,
Well,
then Amsterdam can still like walk around, walk all
if
the
Berlin
way
gets
to Hessen.
Munster is really good for Berlin, like because the thing with the Hesse state is that it's very interesting maneuver wise. There's a big region where you can move everywhere because it prevents forts on this entire like
Yeah, but
square.
what I'm saying is that's the whole reason that Amsterdam, well, not the whole, but one of the reasons why Amsterdam is so good is because as Berlin, there is not a single enemy fort that you can take and then lock the enemy out of Hessen. But as Amsterdam, there is Thuringen. You take it, enemy can't get into Hessen anymore.
Yeah.
Their only way into your country is basically through Munster, which is super easy to defend. So, and then you can just store all of your reinforcements there. While
Yeah.
even though Münster is really important, if Berlin takes it, they still got the risk of like Amsterdam maneuvering around them in the south, so they can't just be completely safe.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I think I'll just make a couple of edits. Probably. We'll see. Because I do want there to be like some place that drives the action, but this one is a bit too. It's a bit too much.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 provinces in, basically, it's too much, yeah. Alright.
So Ozzy plays. Who does Ozzy play next? Who does he potentially play next?
Let's look at the tournament thing, huh? Plus tag tournament.
I potentially.
Serenade or something? No.
Isn't it either you or?
It's our group.
Yeah, it's your group.
Yeah, it's probably that, right?
So.
So when I be
Distinct
Blitz.
versus Monkey Man and Serbak versus Blitz.
So when I be Blitz, I'll play Ozzy. XD.
Right.
I need to practice for Blitz, man. I need to beat him.
Yeah, but we can practice, Araka.
I'll play with you.
Did you set up the match? Anyway, GG, I'm gonna stop recording here.
Yeah,
GG,
and
everyone.
well played, Ozzy.
Yeah.
I was a bit salty about the generals and the map, but you really did play better than I did expect to do. So.